FightHype.com here with a man, one of the most decorated guys of the last, decade plus in boxing, my man, Amir Khan, February 19th, main event against, let's call it what it is, a bitter rival, Kell Brook on ESPN Plus here in the United States. Amir, man, how you feeling? What's going on? How you feeling?
Doing really good, man. Been training really hard. Obviously, been up in the mountains training in Colorado Springs with Team Crawford, Bo Mack and everyone. Changed a lot in my camp, changed a lot in my team, got a new coach and changed the way I fight. And because obviously this is a fight that kind of everyone wanted to see for many, many years. And I think it's about time now that we got this fight for the public. But it doesn't mean that I just go in and have to step in the ring. I want to go into this ring and beat him and look good.
Have you not only ever wanted to win a fight this bad, but not wanted to lose a fight this bad with Kell Brook?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously there's always going to be one winner and one loser in the fight. But obviously I don't want to be on that end of losing. I want to make sure that I've made sure I've trained so hard. I've never trained this hard in my life. I've got the right team around me who are beating Kell Brook. And also, I've said they beat me as well when it comes to Bo Mack when I fought Crawford. But the way they can improve my style, the mistakes I made against Crawford, for example, they change me. And also they know how to beat Kell Brook and they know how to make me better to beat Kell Brook. So obviously this is the right team I've picked. And I've made sure that we've not left no stone unturned.
Now, I'm sure you've touched on this plenty, especially back home in Britain. But just to sum it up for people watching now, what is the animosity between you and Brook? And also, Amir, if you're the better man Saturday night, do you feel like you'll put it to bed after the fight? But just to sum it up for us, brother.
Yeah, definitely. I think to sum it up is just more jealousy than anything. See, I've always been the number one in the UK. I've always been picked over him, fought the bigger names, beaten the bigger names. I've been quite fortunate that I'm a household name here in the UK and have more recognition and following. Whereas Kell Brook has always been quite bitter of that why he wasn't picked for the Olympic Games because he wasn't good enough at the time. And also why he's not getting recognition because obviously, I've done things a little bit different. We've done a lot of things out of the box and obviously it's benefited and worked for me. So I think that jealousy is always there, where he's always hated me. But at the same time, when jealousy happens and you start hating that person, you start envying that person. And I think that's where the fight between me and him has come from him being jealous and him not liking. Because really, I didn't know who Kell Brook was at the time when he started talking about me early in his career. And then obviously as time went on, I respect what he's done in the sport of boxing, went on to beat Sean Paul, become a world champion himself. And then obviously thought, now it makes more sense making that fight happen. My team was one to approach him back in Sheffield, back in June. And then we got the fight signed off and now we're here where the fight's days away.
Do you feel like, Amir, in particular with some of the injuries he's had to his eyes, that it's going to be a big problem for him taking your punches, in that the stoppage is definitely there for you Saturday night? Do you think?
Look, end of the day, the fights I've seen in his last fight, obviously you only look at the last fights and you kind of work out what's he got left in the bag. I hope that doesn't happen that quick because I want to give the fight fans a chance to see what it's going to be like a proper tear-up, I don't know how bad his eyes are, to be honest with you. But obviously, when you look at it, maybe it was just a way out for him because he knew he was going to get out of box. So he thought, let me just get this payday and then I can get another big fight with Amir after that. You just don't know, But look, at the end of the day, I'm not even looking at the way he's been looking. I'm looking at the best Kell Brook that I fought a couple of years ago. And I've been training for that best Kell Brook. So whatever he wants to do in that ring, we're going to be ready for. And if we do catch him with some good shots and I hurt him, then, I will go for the finish. But obviously, we're going to be very technical and very smart.
And just to touch on that again, if you win Saturday night, Amir, are you looking to put this to bed with Kell Brook, or will that always be bad blood?
Listen, whatever happens in the fight on Saturday, I think is put to bed then, definitely. End of the day, it's been good hype. We've promoted this fight well. It's been good hype for us both, and it's going to make us a ton of money. A lot of people want to see this fight because of the hatred. end of the day, I'm sure after this fight, I could shake hands with him and we could put it to bed and we both walk our own ways and wish each other all the very best in the future.
Now, you're training with Terence Crawford. You fought Canelo Alvarez. Everyone always debates who's the better fighter, pound for pound. What says you, Amir?
So I really think that Crawford is the better fighter because who has the most power is Canelo. Canelo obviously is a very powerful, strong fighter. But when it comes to what wins your fights is timing and technique. I think with Crawford, he has those things with power as well. But like I said, not as much power as Canelo. But I think when it comes down to breaking that fight down, or breaking the fighters down, sorry, I think Crawford, in my opinion, is a better fighter. He's a better boxer. And he can exchange. And also, he's one of them that can make you miss. And he can fool you off your game plan. See, he would never let me settle. When I fought Crawford, I could not settle because he always had some great movement. Whereas when I fought against Canelo, I still had good combinations that were hitting him with, or I let my hands go. But with Crawford, I couldn't really let my hands go because he had everything to a T, So I had to kind of change my style while I was in the fight with him. But look, overall, both fighters are amazing. They've done great in the sport of boxing, but I just feel like Terence is the one. See, Terence has never been beat, whereas Canelo has. So I think he has that one. He has one up on him.
How many rounds did you guys spar for this camp, Amir?
Me and Terence only did a couple. We only did probably in total played maybe 8 to 10 rounds. Wasn't too much. It was just a few little rounds now, then few little before. I mean, it was just great to spar with him because at the end of the day, I want to see how much I've learned from Bomac and how much I've come on since my last fight with him. And I could see that I came on a lot, And I think even when someone like Crawford, who's fought you, comes in the gym and watches you train, and he says himself that Amir's looking really good, it gives you more confidence because at the end of the day, he's fought me and he knows the difference because he spent time in the ring with me, so he knows how much I've come on. And also, I had the opportunity to go on the pads with him. He took me on the pads. He helped me out. He pushed me.
You a good pad man?
Yeah. I'm maybe not as good as a fighter. I mean, to be honest with you, it's hard to say that because I think when he held the pads, he was really good at him. So I'm not going to say he's not good at them. But I think at the moment in time, we need Crawford to fight still. So we don't want to say he's a good coach at the moment because I might divert him to becoming a coach.